Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Ripple granted exemption from holding a license in Singapore thanks to its frictionless remittance solutions. Quick glance over, XRP is at 18.426 cents. And we're going to discuss a little more on pricing with that. Just wanted to put that out there where it's sitting currently. Ripple's payment solutions have gained traction in recent days as more customers leverage the solutions to power fast payments worldwide. These remittance solutions have earned Ripple recognition from U.S. Congress, traditional banking institutions like Bank of America, which we know they have a patent using Ripple and discussing it actually stated and visually inside that patent, and also the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. According to the CTO at SBI Ripple Asia, Ripple was allowed to operate in Singapore without a license because of its easier and faster remittance solutions. Ripple allowed to operate in Singapore license-free because of its seamless and tamper-proof RippleNet. Singapore adopted a new cryptocurrency law in January this year known as the Payment Services Act, the PSA. Ripple and a few other crypto-related firms were exempted from this law since the start of 2020. In a tweet on April 14th, Ajis Sadanand, the CTO at SBI Ripple Asia, who also doubles as the director, posited that Ripple and XRP have gained trust in Singapore owing to their efficient remittance solutions and have now been allowed to operate in the country license-free. Sadanand further quipped that the MAS basically permitted Ripple to provide its services in Singapore without holding the license under the PSA owing to its seamless and tamper-proof RippleNet. We discussed this a few weeks ago, but I guess now it's kind of making the news, so very exciting. And per the official statement, Ripple will be allowed to conduct its operations in Singapore license-free until July 28, 2020. As mentioned above, Ripple's payment solution had been recognized by a number of people in the past, and in February of this year, the U.S. representative of Minnesota, 6th District, Tom Emmer, mentioned Ripple and XRP during a congressional hearing. Emmer was talking about projects that have displayed a high level of technological innovation in the digital payments sector. And if you follow us on Twitter, we provide the videos to that as well, directly on our Twitter page. Most recently, a leading exec at Bank of America praised Ripple's ability to provide seamless and efficient services. However, despite the major progress in Ripple's payment solutions, the price of XRP has been lagging behind. The next section states that XRP's performance is less than impressive, and I think a lot of investors are a little frustrated with that. No need to go into that too much, as it just states what you know as an investor. The shift in the overall daily volumes took place in spite of Link not being one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the crypto rankings. The crypto asset is currently ranked at the 11th position. While Ripple and XRP have been commended on several occasions for their faster and cheaper payment solutions, coin's price has been a long downtrend for over 2 years now. Further engulfing XRP is a class action lawsuit filed against Ripple by vexed investors. The ruling of this case will determine whether XRP is a security token or not. This is perhaps one of the main reasons why XRP has been underperforming, as most investors remain wary of the digital asset. And as all of the Ripple executives state over and over and over again, it would be a commodity. It is definitely not a security. I want to get into another article going back to XRP's price. States that diamonds are forever. Bitcoin and XRP just formed an ultra rare bottom pattern. Gonna scroll down, trying not to make it too fast in case you're paying attention to your screen. But it does go into the diamond formation, and it's just basically stating throughout the article that if the pattern is confirmed with an upward breakout with volume, Bitcoin could go to 11,700 and XRP price could go over 37 cents. and it would set the new all-time high for 2020. I have another article which I thought was pretty interesting that I'll share with you. Again, if you follow this channel, remember you are one of the maybe 1, possibly 2% of the global population who are even aware of this opportunity and get the benefit from taking advantage of it. So you have to use critical thinking if you're going to be an investor. Otherwise, you're going to miss an opportunity, and no one's going to miss out but you. So definitely pay attention, use critical thinking. Remember, you're a contrarian investor, or either you just luckily got in and trusted someone blindly, and either way, you're still here. Not financial advice, but again, remember that you're one of the few percent. And when the opportunity is obvious and visible to the entire world, the opportunity is lost and gone. Going into the article, he states, building the financial ecosystem, one deal at a time. He has a few favorite in the FinTech firms: Ripple, Prosper, Lending Club, Sophie, Zopa, Monzo, N26, TransferWise, Klarna, Stripe, Alipay, WeBank, and more. A lot of it is because he knew these firms as fledglings and have enjoyed watching them grow up. One firm in the crew is Wirecard, the German bank behind many of Europe's innovators. Wirecard are a partner of Alipay, providing the processing behind many fintech startups, and are a fully fledged European bank based in Germany, but with global operations. He states he doesn't like to talk about his favorite fintech startups, as this blog is meant to be neutral and unbiased, but there are a couple of recent Wirecard announcements that caught his attention and may indicate a growing trend towards the future. The first joint between Klarna and Wirecard, and it states Wirecard, the global innovation leader for digital financing technology, and Klarna, leading global payments and shopping provider, announced today the launch of a new enhanced joint payment solution. All three Klarna shopping methods, Pay Now, Pay Later, and Klarna financing, can now be embedded into merchants' checking via a single integration through the Wirecard digital financial commerce platform to boost average order value, conversions, and hence fuel growth for merchants. This demonstrates something that Wirecard and Financial Alipay and others are brilliant at, and that's partnerships. Wirecard has been building partnerships for years and expanding their global footprint by doing so. He's written for a long time about how banks struggle with partnering because it means an equitable partnership or relationship and opportunity. Often the bank thinks they are above such relationships and hence treat the partner as inferior. FinTech firms who see themselves as part of an ecosystem don't think this way. They start with a view of core competency, processing and payments, and then expand from there. That's what Wirecard does really well. A second announcement is also of note. Wirecard to process GrabPay e-wallet transactions. The digital financial technology provider Wirecard AG is partnering with Grab to process transactions from the GrabPay e-wallet in Malaysia, the Philippines, and Singapore. Consumers can use the GrabPay e-wallet to pay for transactions online and offline for Grab services like ride-hailing or food delivery, but also for purchases on e-commerce sites or at physical stores. Through this partnership, the Asheim Germany-based Wirecard will process card transactions for GrabPay through its digital financial commerce platform and extend GrabPay to more merchants to expand the acceptance of the mobile payment method. Again, this shows the spirit of partnering in an ecosystem, but extending this out to non-financial third parties who need easy financial processing. It wouldn't surprise me if Wirecard expanded in the future, for example, to offer Grab drivers loans and deposit accounts. That's the strategy that he would follow, and there's a third announcement that came out the other day. Alipay owner Ant Financial takes minority stake in Klarna. Some big moves in the payments platform space. Ant Financial Group, the owner of China's Alipay. So remember, Ant Financial owns Alipay. We'll get back to that shortly. It has announced it's taking a minority stake in Swedish platform or payments platform Klarna. Klarna has a strong European presence and a flagship product that lets shoppers buy now and pay later in interest-free installments, typically 14 to 30 days after the purchase. Bearing in mind that Alipay and Ant Financial are the power behind most of the world's mobile wallets. So again, I'm going to read this for a second time and keep it in mind. Bear in mind that Alipay and Ant Financial are the power behind most of the world's mobile wallets. All right, and work with Wirecard as a partner in Europe, and they really understand the partnering model by building a global ecosystem of specializations on their platform. The reality of these three announcements is that it shows how a global financial ecosystem is maturing. It's something I blogged about for ages, but come back to the specific blog entry from 2017, he states. One brilliant thing is way better than 1,000 average ones. If the bank does 1,000 things average cemented to its past, it's not agile enough to update daily and refresh their core regularly. They will be outsmarted by those who can, and those who will or then can recognize them that the banks are doing 1,000 things average and will naturally come together to do 1,000 things brilliantly. This is the strategy that Wirecard, Ant Financial, Klarna, and others are demonstrating and following, working together to co-create, mentor, invest, and partner. And a bank struggles with this model. These guys don't. Watch this space. Just double checking, and I thought that was the end, but making sure. As he has stated, Ripple is one of his favorite. Obviously, I'm very bullish on Ripple too. XRP has been my favorite for over 5 years. But I just wanted to show that there's nowhere that you can't go if you find Ripple and XRP that you cannot find Stellar and XLM. Let's just grab Stripe. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Stripe. They're discussing Stellar. Stellar. Let's just read the first section here. Give me a second. Since Stripe's earliest days, we've believed the world needs simpler and more open protocols for moving money. We launched our Bitcoin beta 4 months ago, and we recently published some of our thoughts around cryptocurrencies. Today, we're excited to see the launch of Stellar, a new open source project and nonprofit organization to which we've provided seed funding. Let me accent this or highlight it really quick. They've been working with them since 2014. It is not new. So that's a very big deal. For over 6 years, it's not a new technology. It is in the sense of the 40-year that's being replaced, but it is not for Stellar and Stripe partnership. Today, we're excited to launch with Stellar, a new open source project and non-profit organization to which we're provided seed funding. And again, the difference between Ripple and Stellar, not competition. They're focused on different lanes. Ripple is for-profit, Stellar is non-profit. There's a big difference, even on the business side, we're not going to get into today, that makes those two unique. Stellar is, like Bitcoin, a decentralized payment network. Unlike Bitcoin, it supports transactions in arbitrary currencies. You can use dollars, euros, bitcoins, or anything else. And Stellar implements something very close to the idealized IP layer for money. Idea that we described last week. You can find more details and obtain your first Stellars, the network's native currency, by reading their launch post. Development is led by Jed McCaleb and Professor David Mazires in collaboration with a small team of others. The technology is based on open source Ripple project, originally created by Jed a few years ago. Stellar's role, we'll go really quickly through that, might as well. Stellar's goal is to build a great transport layer for transmitting monetary value. Figuring out how to efficiently move money is something we support very strongly. Stripe spends a lot of effort integrating different banking and finance protocols in various countries at the time of this 17 at the last count. We've always considered it unlikely that these systems would be just as fragmented in 20 years. Bitcoin has already changed the world by drawing attention to the value of open distributed protocols that enable the transmission and storage of money. Stellar aims to advance this success by providing a way to transact in one's currency of choice, whether that currency is fiat or digital. We're very bullish on the cryptocurrency space in general and expect that multiple systems will prosper. When the opportunity arose to help Stellar, we enthusiastically agreed. Let's grab Ant Financial. Ant Financial turns to Standard Chartered for the blockchain payments. So knowing that they've switched, Ant Financial uses Standard Chartered blockchain payments. What do we have here? AIG, IBM, and Standard Chartered deliver first multinational insurance policy powered by blockchain Stellar. All right, we're going to finish off this video with a final thought. You can write history or you can be history. It's up to you. This is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Catch you in the next one.